Hey everyone, thanks for joining for another challenge recap. Today, I've got our amazing collaborator Ryan here. We recently closed the challenge for the paranormal challenge, and today we're going to go through it. We're going to look at some of the entries, maybe do a little critique, and of course, we're going to pick an honorable mention to win. So make sure you watch all the way through this. You may see your design up on the screen, and you may be getting 6 months of pro Kittl subscription. So Ryan, what is up? Thanks so much for taking the time to hang with me. Why don't you say a little bit about yourself? By the way, everybody, everything about him is linked down in the description. Make sure you follow him on YouTube, where you're going to learn some mad knowledge. So, Ryan, I'll let you take over. Say a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about what this challenge was about.
Yeah, hey Drew. Thanks for allowing me to host a design challenge. Definitely a lot of fun. I love seeing all the submissions. The paranormal side of things, it's something that I don't know, sometimes I'll just be in the gym and I'm like, I want to listen to something that's going to take my mind away from the world, normally I'll probably be listening to music, but there's those days that come along where, I just want to hear something that expands my normal train of thought. And I love some paranormal podcasts, and it was the inspiration for this design challenge. Some of these designs are really good. I mean, a lot of them are really good, but some of them I'm just like, whoa, how in the world did they do that? And it's like, oh, well, of course, Kittl makes it easy. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Kittl for that as well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do spend a lot of time on YouTube talking about print on demand, and really kind of taking these designs and marketing them on various print on demand products like t-shirts, mugs, etc. And by the way, as we head into the fourth quarter, not only is Halloween coming up, which is great for selling paranormal print on demand, but the fourth quarter in general, the sales just really take off. So it's a great time to be, using Kittl to create designs in this niche, in other niches, but this niche probably especially if you had to pick a time of year. So yeah, it's been great. I can't wait to see who won.
Yeah, absolutely. And just another, like you said, going into this last bit of the year, not only Halloween, but things like, obviously Christmas now is not a bad time to start thinking about Christmas cards, aprons, all this kind of print on demand stuff that comes with the holiday thing, and even New Year's, even New Year's cards, things like that, people graduating, graduation cards, New Year's resolution cards, all this kind of print on demand stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Let's jump into this specific challenge, which we already mentioned was kind of about paranormal. And so you kind of talked about what was coming to mind. And again, spooky season's coming up, so this is perfect. I hope a lot of people use this challenge as not only a way to exercise their skills and kind of grow in Kittl, but also think about man, what if I did this on a t-shirt? What if I did this on a mug? What if I whatever? So maybe speak just a little bit into what were you looking for that would have made the paranormal shirt for you? What were you thinking when you were coming up with this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, what I thought was going to be most interesting was it's kind of a broad umbrella saying paranormal, right? And I think by definition, there isn't really any rules. So it's a lot of creative freedom allowed. But then also, anybody like me who likes to listen to these podcasts, these stories, the lore, if you will, there's a lot of overlap at certain kind of paranormal topics. So I did expect to see some more Bigfoot designs, for instance. And I love seeing them because anybody who's been in print on demand for a while, done niche research in that category, there's some funny ones too. Yeah. It's not just about being scary. There's a lot of funny ones, even the one that says Bigfoot outdoor, nature tours, right? And there's just funny ways to spin a lot of these niches. So I knew it was going to be a lot of fun from the beginning, just to kind of see what people submitted. Some did some really scary ones. Other people put a spin on it. And yeah, it's just been great.
Yeah, I think the mix I kind of saw was I definitely did see some kind of Bigfoot, Sasquatch style designs. And then I also saw a lot of zombie. I think I saw a couple of people were using the ghoul heads and the zombies and things like that.
Some alien ones.
Yeah, I saw. There's some pretty crazy ones, and I think let's just scroll up right here. Let's look at the top 3 for a second, and this is actually a really good representation of how different the style is, right? So right there in the middle, we've got zombies. On the left, we've got UFO, alien inspired, and then on the right, we kind of have that classic, just spooky Halloween, different kind of
Witch.
style.
Yeah.
The witch with the orange. There's pumpkins. There's bats, like that kind of classic look. So what kind of comes to mind? So definitely we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna look at a lot of other entries and talk about like what some designs we liked. But like, what specifically do you think makes these kind of winners? You know, outside of votes, I always try to do these with outside of votes because, you know, clearly people liked them, they upvoted them. But why would you think that these make a good t-shirt design, like a good paranormal t-shirt design?
Yeah, I always wonder the same. Like, I always try to put myself in the mind of like customers who are, you know, in this case, we're voting for a good design, but a lot of customers are like kind of voting with their dollars on what t-shirt they want to buy when they browse Amazon, Etsy, wherever. And I think subliminally our brains, like, this is just my opinion, but I think we may look for things like complementary color schemes, symmetry. Like, I think those are big ones, right? Like, I used to teach web development too at the college level, and like, we would talk about, one of the lectures was just dedicated to how to lay out a web page, you know?
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, we use symmetry versus asymmetry and stuff like that. You know, things like font size and, you know, headings versus subtext, stuff like that. And I think it translates pretty well into these sort of designs, right? Like, you want it to be aesthetically appealing, but, you know, before people even like, I think, take a hard look at what they're looking at, just seeing, you know, great, like all three of these, by the way, beautiful complementary colors.
Absolutely,
you know?
true. Absolutely,
and I think those really like make a difference before you get into the actual detail of the designs themselves. And then you get into the niche as well. Like you said, 3 great niches here. There's some funny alien ones. Like this one is saying, I want to leave, you know, like the world's not crazy, take me.
Yeah, and they all like, they all also fill and kind of follow the rules of t-shirt design. That was kind of one of the things way back when we started doing these challenges for t-shirts. We were noticing, you know, some people were doing kind of square, some people were kind of doing designs that don't really line up. And I think these 3 all follow that kind of rectangle space, you know, the way that you would kind of want to fill up that space. I love the UFO one. Eric's one of our ambassadors. He does an excellent job at designing things, and I love how he's used the elements amidst that, you know, the kind of retro bar elements that look like a beam. That's really clever. I also like what you said just in general about colors, because I think, you know, our number 1 right here, the warning zombies ahead, I mean, that's just the classic look, and it's I like it because it is so simple. Like, we could have there could have been some green and, like, you know, zombie color flesh there in the middle, but like, he didn't choose to do that. You know, we went with
sometimes
just
less is more.
White. Exactly. Sometimes less is more is great. And even if we're looking over here on the 3rd place, you know, we have 2 visual elements that are pretty focal points. We have the witch in the middle, and then we have the word wicked. Very similar, if you guys notice, they're very similar. We have like a focal point and text, focal point and text. Well, I guess 2 focal points, and then we have the colors that are working really well together. And I like how the black kind of moves in to that orange on the 3rd one, right? It's kind of like making your focus, your eye, move towards that middle one.
Yeah, and circle style t-shirt designs specifically, I've noticed, like, tend to do really well. You know, ways of working in kind of a circle element into the design. Not that you'd ever have to pigeonhole yourself into just doing it, but it's one thing I've noticed. A lot of bestsellers find a way of kind of, you know, making a, you know, circle, and you could have text, you could do no text, you could make your design work like that. Yeah, really well executed. I love the color scheme, like you said too. It's almost like a gradient, you know, like black to dark orange to lighter orange.
Yeah, and I think it can be where I haven't actually opened up that design to look at how the radial effect is, but I'm thinking you could probably even switch that background so that it works on multiple shirts. You know, I could see the white kind of blending into the orange and things like that. The other things, you know, you would want to be aware of, I would say probably most Halloween-esque t-shirts are probably dark, right? They're kind of black or gray or something like that. But yeah, absolutely good job to 1, 2, and 3. Well done. You all. And what we need to do is scroll down a little bit, because there were, as you and I were looking before, this says 165 entries, and there's just so much variability in, like, I didn't even notice the Loch Ness Monster one. That's like a classic outdoor, but
I wanted to shout that out. Like, the first t-shirt sale I made on I think maybe ever, actually, I'm not 100% sure, but it was on Amazon merch for sure, was related to Loch Ness Monster. All right, so that's got like a place in my heart forever, you know. And it was like the worst design I've ever made, but there was just really low competition, so somebody bought it.
Yeah, no, that is super, super clever. But I mean, already looking down here, we have tons of stuff across the board, right? So we've got spooky ghoul ghost deal right here. We've got, looks like Frankenstein here. We've got a skull here.
Looks really good.
Yeah, we have like dancing skeletons here. We have
Dinner in Hell, man. That one's scary. Like that's
that
like
one,
the eyes on that one are crazy.
That is scary, yes, for sure. We've got simple ones like Dracula's Nightcap Cafe. That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. Like, just
I like that. Yeah,
as the scheme. Yeah, that's really clever. Let's see what else. Like, as we scroll down here, are there any that are kind of sticking out to you that you either want to throw some critique on or just say well done?
I mean, some of these are really, really good. Like, I just would say like some of them get a little too busy for me.
Yeah, I would say the same.
It's like you tried, and they probably learned a ton about like designing in Kittl, by the way, if they weren't already really experienced, which is great. But it's like sometimes less is more. You kind of step back and say, all right, I'm gonna delete a couple of these elements, and the Bigfoot leave me alone. That's kind of just classic. When
I see here. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely everyone watching, not that we're definitely trying to target one specific one, but they can get pretty busy. Like this one, I think composition wise has a lot of potential, but there's a lot of things that I'm not exactly sure where my eye should go first, right? We've got kind of spiders and ghouls and a skeleton with a cap on.
I might even just put the skull bigger and remove some of the extra elements and just center it, and it's a good design as is, just without some of the extras.
Yeah, and even like this this paranormal with the two hands is pretty cool.
I like that. Yeah,
it's super simple. I think that would work pretty well on a shirt. You'd have to really kind of think about how you're going to print this. Maybe DTG is probably the way to go with all this texture and stuff like that. But other designs like this, I mean, this is kind of like, if this was a shirt, this symbolic arts one, it would be more of like streetwear, because there's a lot of, this looks like more of a flyer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good
very
design.
well executed though.
Yeah, very well executed, good design. Just think about how you would maybe tone that one down to a t-shirt design.
Some more color might make it pop more to get more votes too, because
that's true.
I think it's a great design. It's like, but it's easy to overlook amidst the sea of like all these other designs,
This one's pretty clever, rolling and sewing. That's pretty cool. I really like the colors that are in this illustration here.
Yeah,
super vibrant.
That was cool. Third eye hindsight.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, people really came out with some really good ideas.
Chupacabra.
There we go. So we're starting to see some more. We're starting to see some more kind of Bigfoot inspired one.
Alien cross niched with coffee. I mean, hey, why not, right? Like, we know people love coffee.
This one?
Yeah. Some people love their aliens.
That is, that's a good shirt. I would say that's a good shirt design.
That could sell for sure.
I think so. Yeah. You may want to tweak your text a little bit to kind of look more like it's being stretched down, because you can do that really easily with the distort tool, which I'm thinking this person probably already used. But you could make this has a lot of potential. Really nice.
Yeah. I think there's an honorable mention hidden right next to it.
The big football.
Yeah. I just love, whoever made that knows I love like my paranormals, and they know I love football specifically, and they said big football.
That is clever. Yeah.
Play, win, believe too. I love it. You got to believe, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So stake my game customer service. You have an honorable mention, 6 months pro. Hopefully you're watching. If you are, please comment below. If not, you've already been upgraded. So there you go.
I liked it. I liked it. They knew their audience with me, so they went straight for,
That's fair. I like this one a lot too. I like this badge, Bigfoot champion hide and seek. That's clever too.
No, it goes with the theme too, with the niche, right? Like, they're saying he's the champion, so you get the badge.
Yeah, that I mean, it's clever, right? It's like that's meta, but it's super awesome meta.
Yeah. Well thought out.
Let's see what else do we got here. We have some
of these like devilish ones, man, with the eyes. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, they're creepy, man. They're creepy.
They get you.
They're definitely gonna get your attention when you're walking down the street. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, did you see that?" Let's see here.
Some white background ones too. Like they don't all have to be optimized for dark.
Yeah, I see some. Yeah, this is making use of some different elements, maybe a little bit more lighthearted. This
a little
asymmetrical,
like which is, I would always aim for symmetry first, and then if you can like find a way to make it work. Just generally speaking, for most people, you want to be symmetrical, I think.
Yeah, so here's an example where there's a lot of potential for this to be a great shirt, but it's not formatted currently, at least in my mind, as shirt format. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rectangle the opposite way, right? Horizontally. Whereas if we did everyone, and then had the alien head underneath it, and then as an alien whatever somewhere, you can adjust this. I like the use of elements, I really do. And
I know how I would lay this out too, actually, like because I do think it's a good shirt. It's definitely fitting the theme, but yeah, I would probably lay out the elements a little bit differently. And
yeah, I like, it's like this hybrid kind of techno thing they did with the font choice that's making it work. There's a lot of potential here. Just always when we're thinking about these challenges, if it's a shirt, try to think about how that would look. Like this one, again, it's not a full rectangle, but it uses a really good amount of space right there that would be on that chest, right? This still fills a good amount of the space, and I like this a lot. Nessie.
Yeah.
Hide and seek world champion.
I love the sunsets too, man. I saw those all day. Like it's so easy to kind of pair some text with it, maybe put something over top, whether it's text, whether it's a graphic. And
yeah, and you can silhouette it, really nicely. There's some really cool, kind of little hacks in Kittl, we can get into in some further videos where you can really silhouette almost anything in those retro sunsets, and it'll be super, super cool.
I was thinking I might even do a video where I like kind of realign or like kind of remake the everyone is an alien somewhere, because I like it. I like the design.
That's really cool. Yeah,
my thoughts on how I would lay that out.
My eye is drawn to it too. The color choice is really good, honestly. It's this kind of crazy goopy green with the highlight blues is really good. I like this one. This is a clever use of the warp tool for the text. Got it, Hana. That's pretty clever. I mean, that, like, it's sometimes I was talking about this with some people in a previous video. Like, sometimes when you look at these, you're like, that's cool. But like, if you can take a step back and you're like, wow, okay, on a shirt, that actually is pretty cool. You know what I mean? So
yeah, sometimes
like what you were saying earlier, less is more. Like, this really doesn't need too much more. Honestly, you could probably delete those bats. And
that's what I was thinking too.
Still put it on the shirt, and with these crazy vibrant colors, that's very Halloween, right?
And I almost was thinking, like, if the color scheme was like simplified, sometimes I like just a monotone like gray foreground against, like, maybe it's like a light gray against like a black shirt, and maybe remove the yellow even. Like, I don't know. I think that
to make the the yellow like the black. You're saying,
like, so just let it show through the back of the shirt, like the black of the shirt, and maybe make the purple shirt, like a lighter gray, and just kind of make like a two-tone shirt, like almost like a distressed kind of worn look, because I just think that graphic maybe would look good as
that's it. I see what you mean. And the way that this specific skull illustration has been drawn, which is already kind of like less, it's almost more less hatchy, like it's slightly hatched, but the way that the purple as a highlighter color blends in with the yellow, you're right, maybe is a little too close.
Very Los Angeles Lakers.
we're losing some depth in these little markings here in the middle. So I see what you mean. Again, another really great potential. I think this one, that's a really great design.
Yeah, I like how they did the text and everything, though. I mean, it's still pretty well executed.
Yeah, no, that's a really good use of that hat. I mean, that's a lot of space that otherwise would be just blank. And you
trick or treat lingerie shop.
That's craziness. Yeah,
that is funny.
Yeah, no, that's a good like use of layout. We're using symmetry. We've got good hierarchy here. I mean,
I like the colors. Yeah, it's good.
Let's see, what else do we have here?
Someone just put my wife, and then it's just like a.
Oh, that's. Oh my gosh. We better scroll past that one before that person gets in trouble.
Yeah.
I like this one's pretty epic. I don't know if it's.
That is, yeah, that's sweet.
not ready for shirt apparel specifically, but that's pretty epic. Like, it looks almost like an album cover, or it could turn into some sort of whiskey label. We've got this like little like tag here at the bottom. Like, this design is amazing. It's pretty badass. Dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm just not sure if it's you'd maybe have to translate this to shirt, like just the text, just our like minotaur person there in the middle, and then maybe some text below.
Yeah, but you could do it. I mean, yeah, I think
you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It does say right here, spirits. So maybe
Babylon
this is like
spirits.
some kind of like liquor or something. But that's really
yeah,
awesome.
It's a well executed design.
Let's see. Oh, pumpkin spice. I was wondering when something like this was. I kind of thought we were going to see more of this because we have a lot of coffee cup elements, and we have like cartoon elements with like in the coffee genre. I was thinking like people were gonna come out making like memes about the pumpkin spice, like, because that's like a whole.
Of course,
that's
a
whole movement.
Shirts are moving.
Yeah. No, but this one's good. I think what we said earlier. There's like maybe too many elements. Like, I would just get rid of the moon, the cross, whatever, and just have this in the middle and simplify the colors. And honestly, that's a pretty fine.
I like the orange gradient on the coffee too, though. I think it's pretty cool.
Let's see here.
Let's explore Uranus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's good.
People are crazy, man.
I see, but I like that. Sometimes I just like the two-tone colors too. You know, like it's not it's not too crazy. It's just kind of.
Honestly, this on the back of a shirt, I mean, that's fine. Like,
yeah, I bet you that could sell. Like, if you upload that to Amazon merch, I bet you that would sell.
And I love that I love that it's like a street sign, silhouetted. Like, yeah, I think that's great. I would maybe choose be careful with your font selection. I would maybe do one that's all just your heights are the same, like, as opposed to the Q coming down here, because you can get a lot more. Like, you could fill that whole space up there.
Yeah, I would make the do not feed smaller. That way it's kind of like, oh, Sasquatch, do not feed. I got it. You know, kind of like guides your eye.
Warning Sasquatch. Yeah. But this is super clever. Really great.
Design, yeah.
I'm going to give this one here a heart here. Paul, nice job. Let's see. Oh, man.
Human costume shirts, even though it's simple, it's, you know,
that's
Halloween.
I was drawn to that. I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to this one too. We got another UFO one with this Sasquatch in the middle. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. This looks more. So this looks more like a poster, which is cool. But I love how they've got this green highlighting just this section, because if you can kind of see here, there are still leaves and trees, part of this landscape here, but it's just highlighting over top of this one. That's really cool.
Yeah, and you can make sales on like a full kind of poster style design sometimes if it's like good enough and it, you know, it's something that people like resonate with.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely.
That might be one of them. Yeah, I thought that was good. The alien beaming. And there was one I don't know if we passed it, but it said something like, "Get out, we're full." You know, it's kind of like the opposite of loser. It was like, "Get out, loser."
That's pretty funny. Yeah, there's just so many that are.
I think we just saw a Mothman too. That's kind of one of those like out there on the left side.
Oh,
Mothman.
Yeah, a little bad.
That's one of those like out there kind of ones that it's got some lore behind it. And I've sold a Mothman shirt before, Mothman shirt or two back in the day.
Yeah, it looks like we have some more. We have some more hide and seek world champion, which is super clever.
That's good designs too. I mean, sometimes just keeping it simple with the color schemes and stuff. This one made me laugh.
We are short of fuel. Yeah, yeah. No, that could be with some of the elements taken away. That's a great shirt design. It's already a good poster design. You know. Yeah.
It's got the comedy aspect for sure. It flipped the normal niche that people are used to seeing. Just flipped it.
Oh man, this is crazy. Paranormal investigator. Yeah, no, that's
precision guesswork.
that's solid, right?
Based on unreliable data. That's too good. Yeah, that's too funny.
Yeah, no, that's solid right there.
Yeah,
well
like
done.
That.
Well done.
And sometimes when I have a design like that with a lot of text, like if the design's gonna have a lot of text, what I'll do sometimes is put like you gotta draw people's eyes to something initially. So I'd maybe put paranormal investigator in a different color, you know?
Yes.
Just something that your eyes go there first, and then it's like, okay, now read the rest.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, again, for thinking shirt, this actually may be even a little too long. And you could just get rid of this circle text, make this little fist with the clouds a little bit bigger, you know, and that can kind of be your focal point, right? Like just paranormal investigator, we do precision guesswork with just like
that's enough.
That's enough with the hand or whatever underneath it, like totally solid.
Yeah, that's a funny design though. Well done.
Yeah, as we come to the so as we come to the end here, there's just so much color, like that's happening across the board. Like not even just like people using neon stuff. It's just things that I don't even think about. So I love coming in here and just looking at all of the I love looking at all the submissions. This one too, I think is pretty clever as well. You know, a Howling Nightmare, like that's a solid t-shirt, I think.
Absolutely. And yeah, using color schemes that are like non-traditional. I mean, hey, if you're going to do some non-traditional stuff in your design, why not do it in the Paranormal Design Challenge, right?
That's true. Yeah, where everything and kind of anything can fit.
There's no rules really, so.
Yeah, but as I scroll back up here, I hope everyone is...
The poo emoji. There's some funny ones. I really like these.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the back, I could see that on the back of a shirt. Like again with the neon, like the green kind of witch's brew green looking colors. Like I hope everyone is like even more inspired to like make stuff. Like I didn't even notice this one's really cool. Like with the ghosts here, that could be on the back for sure. That could be clever. So I hope everyone is encouraged.
I got a lot of votes too.
Sorry, you like what now?
It got a lot of votes, that one that you pulled.
Oh yeah, it was getting pretty close. But yeah, I hope everyone's encouraged to just like make some wicked, quite literally wicked designs. Because this was a great challenge, man. What a great idea to come up with this.
Thanks for inviting me.
Especially so close to Halloween as well. Let me move the board out of here. But yeah, again, I hope everyone again is kind of keeping in their mind what these challenges are for. They're not necessarily to, you know, like I have to win number one, I have to win number two. It's you just getting better at design, right? And in sometimes in niches that you're not comfortable. And so this could have been a really good opportunity going in and making a t-shirt design in a category that one, you may not have even thought of, two, you'd never done before, and three, that's something that's just a good idea seasonally, right? So I hope everyone continues on with the next challenges. Of course, you can always go to the challenge page, see what the next one is. Ryan, of course, I think in the future, we're going to definitely do another one. I think it was a lot of fun. Is there anything that you want to say before we sign off here? You know, I give you full freedom. Anything going on in your life or stuff that's coming up for you, things that you're offering, just let us know what's going on before we sign off here.
Sure. Yeah. Anybody not familiar with my channel that wants to check it out, I try to do daily content. So, you know, it'd be fun to, you know, head on over and check out some of my content, maybe subscribe. I'm planning probably on maybe doing a video and just kind of like going through, because I mean, I'm feeling inspired right now by all those submissions. Thank you to everybody that participated. Like I kind of want to like go into Kittl myself and like manipulate some of them and just say how I would, in my personal opinion, right? Like the fact that I'm a talking head on YouTube doesn't mean I know anything, but like, you know, in my personal opinion, maybe would improve upon some of the designs by just moving some stuff around, like maybe changing a color scheme here or there, stuff like that. I think I might do a video like that soon. So definitely check out my channel if you guys want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, all of that's linked down in the description. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to that for sure, because I think people are going to get a lot of like mad knowledge, tips, tricks, just things, even like layout and stuff like that, color choices. Again, a lot of people struggle with those. They have these really great ideas, but sometimes it's those basics, right? Going back to the basics, sometimes people just struggle with. So I think that would be super helpful. Again, Ryan, thank you so much. This was awesome. I love when I get to hang out with collaborators and we get to just look at community work, like the people in Kittl. We get to look at their work because they're the ones that are kind of always using it, so that we kind of know how to improve it, and for you to show others and talk about it. So again, everyone, thank you for watching, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye, y'all.